Oops, shoot. Oh my. What's up, everybody? Shawn here with another Live to Roll Live. We're back this week talking about some mental health awareness because it is Mental Health Awareness Month. So we're going to be us three starting out the show, and then we have our friend Jessica from the Women's Disability Show that's going to join us a little after 4. And she is a mental health expert. She's a therapist, and she's going to give some little professional advice, I guess. But let's get some intros in, guys. My name is Shawn. I'm a C5, C6 quad from a snowboarding accident 18 years ago now. Tom, why don't you go for it?
What's up, everybody? Hi, Donna and the fam, Grandma, Aunt, Sis, Uncle Bill. Um, we appreciate all you guys checking us out and watching. We love the Fluke family, Cox family. Just you guys know what I'm talking about. Forgive me. But I'm Tom Conaway, C5, C6 quadriplegic. I've been paralyzed for 24 years, crazily. And yeah, out here in SoCal, feeling this summer heat or late spring, early summer vibes. And we have an awesome guest today, Racheal. Thank you so much for joining us. Do you mind introducing yourself?
No problem. I'm Racheal, tough as nails, and I'm a C6 incomplete. I was injured in a dune accident 15 years ago on July 1st. So it'll be 15 years.
Rachel's a very badass chick,
Yeah.
cool ass quad, living life, always setting a really great example. And is
And she's one of my fellow Zook Fitness trainers as well on the Zook Fitness website. If anybody wants to go sign up there.
Yeah, definitely go
Yeah.
check out Zook Fitness. Big shout out to Dylan, our buddy, who's also in this internet space, doing some cool stuff, trying to keep some quads healthy. But Shawn and Racheal are both instructors on there. Is that the right word? In
Yeah.
that you guys are in the videos demonstrating exercises one can do from a wheelchair and as a quadriplegic. And it's so cheap. They're great videos, so make sure to please go check out Zook Fitness. That's ZUK, just like how it sounds.
And since we're
Um,
shouting that out real quick, let's just get out our actual sponsor here for the show because I always forget to do it at the start of the show. But we want to thank our sponsors. Actually, let's do your mobility professionals first. Mobility Professionals is a mobility specialist here in Southern California. And so if you are in need of any type of wheelchair, commode, any type of mobility device, they can hook you up. Great customer service, easy to deal with insurance and stuff. They will hook you up on everything.
Yeah,
And
they
then,
specialize in rehabilitation equipment, so they work, with you on every level and get you what you need.
yep. And then their sister company is Urology Professionals, which is a urology company specifically for catheters, and they're nationwide. So anywhere in the country you are, if you need your catheter supplies and you're having trouble, they can hook you up. And same thing, they have really good customer service. Call them; they'll take care of everything as far as switching insurances and everything like that. So
Huh.
give them a call.
They do a lot to support the community here in
They
Southern
do.
California and at large. So, it's a good company that does what they can to give back as much as they get. So, definitely go show them some love and let them know Live Troll sent you. So, now that we got the not so fun stuff out of the way,
Yeah.
except for those intros, those are fun. We're talking about an interesting topic and mental health, something everybody deals with on a day-to-day basis, whether you admit it or not. Um, and it, I don't know, it's a tough one. It's a tough one for me. It's one, I don't know. I I struggle with my mental health more than I let on to, I think, the outside world. Those who know me well know my struggle with it. But I think it's a struggle that a lot of us face, and it's one that I try not to share with the world because it's just like my own. Um, but we're here to talk about mental health. We're here to talk about how we keep ourselves feeling good, what we do when we're not feeling so good, and a lot of it's like personal experience. Hope that can relate to some other individuals out there. I'm not a psychologist or a mental health professional in any capacity. so I can only just talk from experience. But we have some really awesome experienced people on here that deal with similar stuff too. I can't speak for Shawn and Racheal, but yeah, I know we all ride the struggle bus sometimes, and we all have different ways and techniques to help make ourselves feel good and feel better. So I think we're just gonna dive in and talk about that a little bit. If that's all
Heck
good,
yeah.
Shawn.
Yeah,
Did you
go
have
for it,
like any
man.
other direction we wanted to go? Well, Racheal, let's chat. Um, how's it? How You seem, I mean, from what I can tell on all your social media and the times that we've talked and interacted, which haven't been many, and not in person because y'all always out in Texas, but hopefully we get to kick it in Houston when Live to Roll family's out there because that's gonna be dope. Um, but how's your mental health and how you seem like a pretty positive person, a lot of the time. How do you stay that way? What do you do when you're not feeling so good?
Well, I practice positive thinking all the time, even when I'm struggling, like even when I'm in a consistent low, I try to practice positive thinking consistently. So when I am getting negative in my head, I've trained my brain because I trained my brain about a decade ago that when a negative thought comes in my mind, I will say something positive and then I say, okay, we're done. We're not doing that anymore, and I'll get busy. I'll get busy doing anything. Something creative really helps a lot. I love working with my social media, so I do a lot of that. I also exercise. If I'm really low, I'll just like get in some cardio or like heavy weight training and like just destroy myself to like change the focus onto something else and not sit in that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh,
Yeah.
For sure. You touched on like some really awesome points, which I'm just gonna highlight again. Um, Keeping yourself busy. That's a good one. It can be hard, depending on your situation. Um,
Yeah.
Now, getting busy could just mean getting outside and going for a walk. If, not being busy means like staying inside and, being in bed, or,
Yeah.
just sitting, kind of being sedimentary. Just getting outside, getting fresh air, getting sunshine on your skin, getting some physical movement in that's going to
Hmm.
actually physiologically affect you. It's gonna change like
Yeah.
the chemistry in your brain. It's gonna, change what's going on in your body, and it can really help you make a meaningful change in your mindset. Now, again, that may not be everybody's experience, and not all of us live in like sunny places where we can go outside and get some sunshine. So that can be tough and not a great solution for everybody. But
Right.
positive thinking, positive mindset, it's something I try to do too. Sometimes I win the battle, sometimes I lose.
Yeah, another big thing that I didn't think of, but I always do, is like I make sure to get out of bed and get ready every single day, and I make
Yep.
sure I get my workouts in. I do all my goals that I have for like just daily life. I
Yep,
make sure I hit all of those at least. And then if I'm miserable after, I'm like, look, you know what? You got ready for the day, you did your workout, you did your cleaning. Like if you want to go to bed early and just watch TV and zone out and let the day end, you're allowed to do that now because you did everything you need to do for the day.
yep,
So sometimes I'll give myself that, but I mean, I usually don't do that, but
But I feel that way
huh,
about getting up in the morning. It helps just to get your day started, get yourself ready. Like if you kind of just
mm,
sit around and like even stuff like I've had people tell me that, like, oh, they're not leaving the house, so they like don't want to like put shoes or like put like real pants on or like or change their bag from like to a leg bag from their bed bag or whatever, like. And so for me, like, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna get fully ready, like even if I'm just sitting here. It's just, I don't know, just something better. Just you feel better about it, you feel better about yourself, feel, I don't know, for me
mm,
personally at least. And the same with working out
yeah,
too. I'm with Racheal. Like I think that's probably why we're both doing the Zoot Fitness stuff. Like, physical activity, working out for me really does help. Like it can really clear my mind. Really, just like just change my
Yes.
mindset and
It'll
stuff.
calm,
So
right. It'll calm the brain down too because you like kind of got the tension out of your body, the stress, and it like pumps endorphins back into that brain. And it does help. Like working out is one thing I've been doing since like 2013. And it like I didn't beat my depression until about 3 years ago. I struggled with it for 12 years, like hardcore everyday depression, anxiety. And but one thing I did, and what seemed to help keep me tempered to where I was like not crashing hard, was consistent working out and getting ready every single day. Like if I'm really miserable, I'm like, okay, we're gonna put some eyeshadow on, and you're gonna at least look good and be miserable. And it helps. It does.
Totally. I mean, washing your face, getting a shower,
yeah,
getting, like yourself fresh, making yourself look good and feel good,
Yeah.
absolutely can be transformative. It's like a physical thing you're doing, but, you're like changing your state, you're transforming yourself, and like that can help, like, change your mindset as well. Exercise, again, like I do like to touch on the physiology aspect of it too. You release a lot of endorphins in your body. Not only is it beneficial for your physical health, which your body likes, but you release a lot of endorphins, which like help your body like make you feel good. It's just like natural stuff that gets released into you that literally does make you feel better. Like it can give you energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll tell you what, like I'm never like more energized than like after a good workout. And that sounds weird, but it's like
Yeah.
just like my body's on that little endorphin high. I'm just like, let's go, let's get some stuff done. Um, but one thing that is big for me can be something like this: socializing.
hmm
When I get depressed and when I get down on myself, like I will like be a turtle, like I'll go in my shell and just like isolate and like hide from the world and not want to talk to anybody. But I kind of get stuck in a rut. Whereas, like, I know I'll feel better, like around someone that, like a loved one or a friend that, I can just kind of relax and chill. Even if, like, I feel funky around them, like, I know I'll feel better, because I'll just be able to talk. I'll, say things I wouldn't, have said if I was just sitting here stewing by myself. There's just
Right.
something about being around, a loved one or a friend, someone you're close to that can, just be comfort that you need, that's wordless. And, it's just someone there, so you're not by yourself and, feeling shitty. Um, so it's a really important one. I can be having a rough week. I can be having the toughest day and like go over to my buddies and even like feeling like, fuck, like I want to cancel. I don't feel good. And I'm sorry, like for the language, you guys. Like I don't mean to be so crass. Like it's just a real topic and just kind of talking candidly. Um, it like I will feel like canceling, but I know that if I can just get there and get around my boys and like be with my people, that I will feel better. Like no doubtly, like I will go home with a smile on my face and like feeling a lot better if I can push myself to go do that. Um, so I again, socializing may not be an option on hand for everybody, but if you do have people and you kind of find yourself in that situation, you're feeling really down and funky, call somebody you love and, go and grab a lunch, have them come over and hang out with you. Go over to their place and hang out. That can be very helpful for me.
yeah, no, dude, I 100% agree with the just like being able to talk to somebody. And I know I've stressed we stress this a lot on this show, but the whole disability community, SCI community, and like having other people you can talk to. Sometimes it's good to talk to another quad or another, somebody else that's in your situation that you can like if you're having a rough day with something with your disability. Um,
Yes.
and even like doing these we do the triumph support groups which we talk about all the time. They're on Zoom right now. If anybody wants to join them, you can join from anywhere. You can just contact us, we can get you the information. But just doing something like that where you're talking to a group of people, if you're like I've had days where I'm having a rough morning, I'm not feeling great, I'm feeling down or whatever, I'll pop into one of those, just kind of listen and hang out for a while, and like I'm just uplifted a little bit, like I'm just talking to people. It just sort of it's it's just a good, I don't know, it's just that communal thing. It helps a lot. So talking to people.
I wanted to shout out in the chat real quick.
I know,
Our
I was
good
gonna say.
buddy Dylan from Zook donated. Our buddy Ben, a couple super chats in the chat. You guys are so awesome. Love you, Ben. Love you, Dylan. Appreciate you guys' support always as well. And shout out Amy and Viv in the chat. What up? Welcome. Thanks, Viv. Awesome meeting you at the expo. Really great to you're like have you here. Really happy you were able to make it. Um, and also anybody in the chat, if you have any tips, tools that you use to help make yourself feel better, um, maintain your mental health. If you have any questions or particular things you want to ask, please feel free. We always love talking to our chat because you guys are awesome.
So Ben just put something in the chat real quick. I'm just gonna shout this out. He only talks to his dogs and smokes that fire, keeps his sadness to himself. And like he's joking or whatever, but like, and smoking does actually help for sure. But honestly, talking to your dogs can sometimes help. Like I talk to my when I'm by myself and I'm just with my dogs, and I'll like I don't know. It's just like being and just being around animals and stuff like that can help too. Another just thing that like I don't know, it's just something that's beneficial to like the spirit. I feel like sometimes.
No, for sure. Animals, I forget that not everybody's a people person, because like I kind of am like a people person. But some people, that's not their comfort zone. Some people's comfort zone is snuggling at home with their animals and, just like chilling. But like that can be, a therapy unto itself, that I think a lot of people can relate to. Animals can be very amazing companions and really amazing support and comfort when nobody else is there or can be there. So something to consider as well. Whether it's like a canine companion, which is actual trained dog that can support in some utilitarian ways along with emotional support, or just go and get yourself a dog or cat or whatever it may be that will make you feel better. Because having that little creature around can be very meaningful for a lot of people. Um, so good point.
Yeah. But it does help to talk to people, Ben. For and if you want to text me, man, or get, I'm here for you,
Hey,
dude.
yo, Ben, if you just want to kick it, video chat, smoke a bowl, bro, and just talk anytime, dog. Like, that's not a joke either.
And Ben
Just hit me up,
Ben
dude.
says Rachel has some cool tats.
Heck yeah. Shout out the tats.
Thank you. I'm a little addicted. If I'm feeling super super low, I don't know why, but getting a tattoo, I think I'm focusing on, the pain that I'm in getting the tattoo. That I'm not focusing on the depression. It's better than like chopping my hair off because I always regret it. So it
Well,
helps. I'm
No,
distract.
that I think
Go ahead.
tattoos are kind of like cathartic like that. Like you can really like, especially I haven't had a tattoo in a while. I got most of mine fairly early after my injury, but I can tell you that it really was a good coping mechanism. It helped me go through like those first early years of injury. Like, getting
Yeah.
they made me feel good about myself. Plus, yeah, the pain, the like that meditation state you kind of go into when you're getting the tattoo, like all of it was yeah, it can help.
man. I got
Uh,
so many tattoos the first 6 years. I got
Yeah,
so
right. I think all mine were pretty much within like yeah, probably the first 6 8 years like of my
many.
injury.
It's just like, bless me. Just give me all of them.
I I'm like
Oh.
again, I can't like I guess get away from this topic. What your body goes through when you get a tattoo. It's like a lot of different you know highs and like endorphins and things as well. Which is I don't know, it's kind of interesting about those experiences, like what that can do. Like help you change your like state of mind. But that's really how it is, and like our brain chemistry does get stuck. Like when we're down, it can kind of be like a feedback loop, in that like y- you can keep yourself down because you are down, and having a mechanism to pull yourself out of that mindset even if like in that mindset, like you don't even necessarily want to change it. It's like I want to, I just want to be depressed and feel funky right now. And that sounds silly, but that kind of like is how I can like get or feel sometimes. It's like my motivation
Yeah.
to even like try to feel better isn't there. Which again, like I don't know if that sounds kind of dramatic or weird, but it's the truth. Um, but doing something like that, I'm not like saying like it's not going out and getting a tattoo for me, although it might be one day. I don't know, but whatever that mechanism is for you, for me, it's a lot of things we talked about, but it's social element, getting out, getting myself ready, get cleaned up, shaving, get really fresh, going out, get some sun, go shopping, do like crossing things on my list that I got to do, whatever it is, but whatever that mechanism may be. Marijuana is beneficial for me too. Uh, it can just help me get myself out of my head, like where I just get really down. And as quadriplegics, we got to deal with a lot of shit all the time, and it never stops. It's every day, whether it's our bodies, screwing us over, or like dealing with the insurance and the medical care system, or ADA stuff, like just lack of an accessible world, or whatever it may be. The layers are infinite. Um, we got to deal with a lot of shit all the time, and it can just be overwhelming. Like I just kind of feel like I'm like in the boxing ring, but my gloves are down. I just get hit again and again and again and again, by different stuff. It can be really hard. It can feel like I'm drowning. It can feel like I, can't get air. Um, and that's when I really like, and I've done better now, like in last couple years, is like I have those mechanisms. I'm like, okay, like I know what I gotta do to make myself feel better. And one of the things that can like easily do that is marijuana. Um, if I got a bunch of phone calls and I get off, being on hold, or just like talking to insurance companies for 3 or 4 hours, and I'm just like feeling like angry and pissed off and upset and like
Mhm.
sad and mad and like a lot of emotions. Um, smoke a bowl, take a hit of weed, chill out,
Yeah.
calm my mind down. Like, I mean, seriously, like my mind will be racing like a mile a minute. I just need to slow down and chill and like think for a minute. Marijuana is helpful in that capacity for me. Again, we're talking about, unprescribed um, drugs. So tread cautiously. Like I'm not saying that's a fix for anybody, but I do know a lot of people, including myself, can attest to the positive effect of marijuana for a lot of people, not just the physical side of things, but the mental side of things as well. But just be be mindful and careful if you take that route. And someone asked the question, Danette, do any of you talk to God or read the Bible? Personally, I'm not very religious. I love, believe, and support, anyone what they want to believe, as long as, it's good intentioned and, not hateful in its nature. That being said, I do pray sometimes. I I'm not praying to God. Um, Again, not uh, trying like I think that can be like a great focus for someone. If that's what you believe, and that's how you do it. I think that's awesome. For me, when I pray, and pray is just like a word to describe, like kind of talking to. I'm trying to manifest. I'm trying to, like, I firmly believe, everything starts with an idea. Everything starts with a thought in your head, and you got to have it first. And sometimes things are shitty, and like I want to feel better. So like, and that's kind of what it'll be. Like I'll pray that I'll feel better, but like in that, I'm not hoping that cosmically like things are just going to magically get better. I'm thinking about what that's going to mean and what it's going to take to feel better, or to fix or resolve, or you know manifest that in my reality. So heck yeah, sometimes I'll lay down at night and I will pray. I'll pray to the universe. I'll pray to myself. I'll pray to I don't know what. But that does help me. And I'm sorry if that sounds weird to people. But do either of you guys pray or use religion as a tool? I know that some people do.
I am not very religious. I have found myself at times like, praying and hoping for things, when I'm in those times of need, which is probably not, that's not what you're supposed to do when it's like only in those times. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just, I'm a very big believer on karma and just treating, like just putting good energy out and stuff like that. So that's more my. I'm a more spiritual person. I feel like as far as where my religious stuff is. But yeah, Rachel, I don't know if you want to touch on that at all or not, or you don't want to touch it.
Oh no, I actually I pray every night. I believe in me personally, I believe that there's something beyond this. Like so I do pray to God. I don't know what it is and I don't do any organized religion personally. Nothing against it. I just don't practice it. But I do pray every single night, kind of like an affirmation. I'm like, thank you for the food in my belly, the clothes on my back, and the roof over my head, for my health, for my family, my support. And it's good. It reminds me every night, like, look at all the shit you got going for you, girl. You know. Um, but my religion is more of positivity. Like I try to practice positivity all the time. Like I try to help other people. For me, that's kind of like my church, personally.
For
If that
sure.
makes sense.
When yeah,
Yeah, no, I
absolutely.
for sure agree. There's actually
Um,
a question way back in the chat that I forgot and I wanted to ask you guys from way early on. Um, about the anniversary. Does it affect you at all around the anniversary of your accident? I know, Tom, you were young and stuff, but
heck yeah.
so for me, I'll just kind of do a quick answer first. And for me, I actually tried to almost celebrate it. Like I try to make it like, the anniversary. Like I don't dwell on it and make it like a sad down thing. Like I'll go out to dinner or whatever, hang out with friends. I don't treat it as anything crazy. I'm not gonna throw a party, but I'm not gonna like sit in the house and cry to myself on the night, something like that. But
It. I mean, I feel you, Sean. I think it should be like an excuse to celebrate. It's uh, you know, regardless if it's an anniversary, it means like you've survived and you overcome, and you've moved on and you've gone through the worst of it. So it should be a reminder to celebrate. Celebrate your life and to live your life. Absolutely, it should be that kind of day. That being said, it can't not be like a reminder of a serious trauma for a lot of us, um, a loss that we all experienced, be it our physical identity, some of our function. um, so it's difficult not to, like, I don't know if mourn is the correct word, but like not like feel kind of shitty, like being like reminded of that. um, but again, kind of flipping the script and trying to, like, make it something positive, because yeah, it is kind of like a reminder of something shitty, but it's also like a reminder, like, of our strength and like what we've overcome, and how far we've come since that trauma in that day. And now, like, we're doing better. Let's fucking celebrate, baby. Whether like that just be like on your own, with a beer and, like, some good thoughts and a cheers, like, to the universe, whatever. Not at all, maybe. And that's just like you're chilling and you don't got to give it much credence or thought. But that's kind of how we treated it with our family too. Is we usually go out to dinner or something just to be together. You remind us, like, we're all here, we all made it, we're all good, we all love each other, we're all happy.
yeah, dude.
Nice,
What
nice.
about you, Rachel?
We don't, I've never celebrated it or done anything special. Not that it used to, a little extra sad at that time. And I will catch myself being stuck in thought. But over the last 3 years, now that I beat my depression, well, I don't struggle with it as hard. I do get some low days, but I don't stay there like I did before. Um, like this year, last year I was really happy. But this year I find myself, and like I don't blame anyone for the accident, or like look at anyone in the accident that walked away and be like, oh, you're so lucky, you know. But there is some type of like irritation and maybe a little bit of anger that dwells up inside me a little bit, you know. And I try to remind myself, like, let go of that shit. But I don't think it makes me, well, I guess anger is a side effect of an emotion. It's not really an emotion. I feel like it's a side effect, in my opinion, of an emotion. So it must make me a little sad, and I'm like, no, fuck that, I'm not sad, I'm pissed. What are you talking about?
Pissed, yeah. I'm not sad. I'm pissed off. That's easier. I could direct that. I
Yeah.
know, like.
Right. Like,
Oh God.
I'm about to come up on my 15-year anniversary, and I've been good, but I don't like it like when anyone like wants to bring up the actual, I don't like going to the point where I'm thinking about the actual like the moments of my accident. Does that make
Okay.
sense? Like I can't
Yeah.
go there, because if I go
Reliving
there
the
I'm gonna be
injury,
pissed.
reliving it, like.
Right. I can't do that. And so I hate when people are like, oh, like, remember when? And I'm like, no, I don't want to. Nah, I don't want to. So no, I don't remember when.
Well, congrats, Jaybird. 6 years and 4 days, C4 incomplete. Well, we will have a cheers of a non-alcoholic beverage to you, my friend. Because yeah, drinking and driving doesn't go together for anybody, ever. So make sure you don't do that. But we're really glad you're here, and we're really glad you're celebrating 6 years. You know, past your circumstances, bro, and hope you're doing good. It's tough. I
Yeah.
don't know. I get, I definitely get angry, um, sometimes. Uh, I get, and sometimes it's not at anything. Most of the time, it's at like the universe, or like forces in my life that I feel like are acting against me. Now, unfortunately, that's like a lot of stuff out of my control. Like I can't change the healthcare system. I can only operate within the parameters that I have set. I'm not gonna go and change Medicare, Medi-Cal, and private insurance and stuff tomorrow for everybody, let alone myself. So I got to deal with it. I'm not gonna fix new motion and just magically have a better DME company. Now there are some things I can do to make those situations better, and I am working and always do work towards that and take those steps, even if they are slow, because I'm just exhausted and angry and pissed off at the system and don't want to deal with it. Um, but you got to deal with that. Now I've got I've got better about doing that. I would just like again have my mechanisms to kind of pull myself out of that energy, like pull myself out of that space, like hop on, play my video games, like get outside, get some sunshine, do something, whatever that is. Um, but understanding those forces, understanding like the things that affect you a lot, can give you a little bit of power. I think if you can recognize them and understand the effect that they have on you, because the more you understand it, generally means like you maybe have a little bit more control on how you react in those situations. Um,
Right.
so that's mindfulness, and like I try to practice that, and I don't always succeed, guys. Like trust. um, Anybody that knows me knows, but mindfulness is very important. Recognizing these forces that affect you, whatever they may be. My body is another one, and it's not. It's the battle I very often lose, because it's like pain and like discomfort sometimes don't go away, for us. And how do you escape that? Unfortunately I don't have an answer. I have some things that can help make me feel better, and like I have gotten like better at dealing with it. But sometimes it gets worse, and I just feel helpless and powerless. And like not only is like my body hurting down, but like it fucks with my head. Like it really messes with my brain. More than I like to admit. It can make me sad. It can make me pissed off. Like it can really flip me like 180 from where I'm at. Um, and I'm working on it all the time. Like I'm making the doctor's appointments. I'm doing the therapy. Like oh God, I like started talking to a therapist, and um, I practice my methods of mindfulness, and make myself feel better, and then I still fail, and like that shit is hard. Super super hard, because I'll still feel like shit. I'll still feel really bad sometimes, and letting myself feel bad is okay. I'm not gonna feel good all the
Yeah.
time. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. Stop trying. It's not, where it's like an unwinnable battle. You make yourself comfy, and just kind of sit in it for a little while, and wait a little while and see if you can, change the script. Do something else. But I know I just went on a little rant there. Um,
Breach.
but do you
I'm
guys
feeling.
like talk to therapists or anything like that? Hmm.
That's a good thing
I
to bring
don't.
up since we have.
Have you in the past?
I did in the very beginning for my first year or so of injury because I had like a like at rehab they had one, and then when I was doing outpatient therapy, I was prescribed like I think once a month or whatever I saw her, um, but I haven't since then. Um, and that'll be good to talk to Jessica about because hopefully she'll be joining us in a few. And she is a licensed therapist and you know does that.
Well,
But
I think
Rachel, what
like
about you?
I did therapy when I was a child. I would think I was like 13 or 14, and I went for like 2 years once a week. Um, and then when I was in inpatient, also, I saw a therapist, but like, I think I saw her only 3 times because I was really not, I was very angry at that point, and I was like, yeah. I was not open to it, so I don't think it would have been effective anyways.
uh,
But now when people ask me like I'm struggling really bad, I'm like get into therapy. I wish I did that because I really think if you understand why you're upset and stuff, like I've noticed that like even just with my personality, if I'm reacting to something, I'm like, okay, but why am I reacting to this? Like, and I feel like therapy could really help you navigate those feelings. And when you understand why you're reacting to certain situations, you're more, I feel like I see that before I react next time because I'm like, oh, you're gonna get upset right now, but you're not really that upset, you're hurt because of this and that. So I think therapy is extremely important, and I'm a big advocate for that. When I do start driving, I'm not sure, I'm doing so good right now, but if I ever dip for a while, yeah, I'm getting my butt into therapy for sure.
Yeah.
I think like what I was just talking about, like where I'm hitting a wall, where like everything's overwhelming me, um, and I'm like, what is the answer at that point? I think that's a good time to maybe realize like, hey, I need some outside help. Maybe there is nothing I can do to help myself in this situation, and that can be tough for some people, myself included. But it's absolutely necessary thing that I think anybody who feel like they might be you know struggling, lifting up that mountain, stuff piling on top of them is get yourself some outside help. I mean, mental health professionals are exactly that. They, are professionals in understanding and providing someone tools to help them deal with these thoughts and, navigate this and, deal with what they need to in a meaningful way. It's not like talk it out, cure all, like whatever, but it's someone that can help you understand your situation a little bit better and then give you some tools to help you then navigate that situation. And I have like struggled talking to therapists in the past, um, maybe because I feel like they can't relate to my situation. But they're not necessarily there to relate to my situation and like understand what it's like to be a quad. But that doesn't mean that they may not have some tools to that could help me better my mental health side. That is struggling along with dealing with my disability. And that being said, seek out a therapist that you're comfortable with. Um, if the
Mm,
first one doesn't work, don't get discouraged. Like very more often than not, the therapist will be like, "Yo, totally." Like if it doesn't feel like a good fit for you, maybe they can recommend someone else within their network, or you can just talk to your insurance or however you go about that, and seek it out yourself. But um, when you got to the point where I was describing you a minute ago, and I don't know, like I'm gonna get too emotional, but it is like an emotional thing. Um, because I feel that sometimes. And I have my people that I talk to, and I have sought out therapy in the past. I know it's always a tool that I have there. If like really I feel like I do need some mental um, health assistance from a professional, but it's just something I want to remind people of. It's okay to need to talk to someone. I know that can be hard for some people, or it can also just like and again, I've had this stigma. It can just be stigmatized a little bit, like, "Oh, I don't want to talk to a shrink." But I think it's very brave of someone to admit that they need help sometimes, and it's absolutely what some people need to do because we can't do it all on our own, no matter how strong we think we are.
so
Yeah,
true.
that's it.
And I wanted, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead,
No, you're
Rachel.
good.
I was gonna say, I liked when you're like, they're not here to relate. You don't have to be a quad to understand psychology,
Mhm.
to understand how the brain is processing its environment, I guess you would say. But I thought that was interesting. That you're right. They don't have to relate to us. They don't have to walk in our well, roll in our shoes to
Exactly.
understand, you know, why we're flipping out over nothing, over something that doesn't seem big.
Yeah, no, for sure. They know what they know that your mental struggles are still like what's triggering things and what's causing, and so they can give you tools to help build your mental health back up.
Right.
Yeah.
And even I was just gonna mention Peter, who's one of our regulars here. He was in the army for 10 years, and he goes to the VA, sees a shrink 3 times a month. Like, I mean, like that's yeah. No matter who you are, how tough you think you are, whatever. Like, mental health is important, and therapy can help.
And also,
Thank you for your service.
like
Yeah,
real
Peter's the man.
uh I don't again, like marijuana is a real drug, but real drugs can be a great benefit to people with mental health struggles. I personally cannot attest to anything, and if you do get on any kind of antidepressants or whatever those kinds of drugs are that might benefit you, do it under a doctor's instruction and care, and a therapist, and all the right steps. But I do know some individuals that uh, take some mental health medication that really does have a meaningful effect on their mental health, and it's a very positive thing for them. So it's something that it's okay to talk to your doctor about too. People forget all the time, like doctors aren't there just for your body. If you're struggling, you can like call your primary care doctor, be like, "Hey, I'm really struggling with my mental health, so much that it's affecting my physical health, and like I got to get some help. I got
Right.
to figure something out." And they will. Whether if they can help you, they will. If they, get you with a therapist or someone, they'll help you. But there's just lots of avenues. There are lots of tools. There's the stuff that we talked about. There's things that like um, Viv just mentioned, like acupuncture, homeopathic treatments. I mean, get yourself some incense, get yourself some, rocks, get yourself some, crystals and some things that make you feel good.
Same
Like
thing.
get
Yeah.
yourself some body oils. Like curate an environment that'll make you feel good. There's lots of massages, homeopathic treatments, all kinds of things. Again, I'm not like advocating crystal energy out there. Sorry, everybody. I think that's kind of crazy. But if it makes you feel good,
Hey, yeah,
that's all that matters. You don't need anybody else to be like, hey, like that doesn't matter what they think. If it makes you feel good that it's not hurting anybody else, then it's all good. But things like acupuncture, massage, things that might be physical can affect you mental health as well. But it's all just feeding back into doing things that make you feel good. Um, and this is one that I I don't know. Credit to my mama. I got the best parents in the world. Uh, my mama is particularly awesome, and she does this thing when she's feeling funky. She's feeling down and out. She has these like prayer beads. I think they're just like the Buddhist prayer beads, and she'll just like count the beads. But with every bead that she counts, she'll like think of something that she's grateful for. She'll remind herself of something that she's grateful for. So, whether that be, us or kids, or our house or car, maybe it's something little, like. But it's something that I picked up too, and I really try to do, and it can give myself some perspective when I'm just having a hard time not feeling good. Reminding myself, like when the mountain's crumbling down on top of me and I'm dealing with a lot of different stuff that is making me feel good, I do have to like actually stop and remind myself, like, hey, I got a roof over my head. I got, yummy food available to me. I got tasty drinks, refrigerated available to me. I got internet. I got cool technology. I got a wheelchair. I have, pretty decent health. Even if I'm, feeling like shit. Like I, got my family, got my brothers, my sister, my parents, my girlfriend, my friends, like all this amazing stuff in my life. Um, you know, it, reminding myself of that, just going through, count the beads, listen things off can just really help remind myself, like, hey, it's not all bad. It's like there's a lot of awesome, like, cool, amazing, like stuff too, and I think that's really important. It can be like a good tool, um, and at least I found it helpful to me. Putting a smile on my face, even if I don't feel like it. Just like force myself to go out, smile at people because I don't. If I make eye contact, I gotta smile. But sometimes, even if I feel like shit, just put that smile on my face. Next thing you know, like I'm not trying to smile, like I just am. Like I'm feeling better. I know it sounds silly, you guys. I hope like my weird personal experiences, like, are
It does
not
not.
boring. But they're meaningful and they help me out. So, it might be relatable to some other individuals as well.
If you smile at people, and they've done studies when I took psychology, they've done studies that even looking at photos of people smiling releases endorphins in your brain, which is the happy chemical. So, like, whenever I'm out and about, I make sure to smile at everyone, and I'll compliment random strangers to make them smile. It helps a lot. I'm on antidepressants and have been on antidepressants. It's like a depressant anxiety all in one. I've tried to get off of it, but my anxiety, I'll have these horrible panic attacks and I don't like them. So, but I will probably never get off of mine just because it keeps me, it's a comfort, but it keeps my anxiety in check.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a known fact that like the chemistry in our brain like sometimes gets out of balance. And there is like sometimes no mechanism to get them back in balance other than to, take a pill to help balance the chemistry in your brain out.
yeah,
Now, like you don't
Yeah.
it's not like you're trying to have anxiety or feel like shit, but sometimes your brain literally will make you feel that way, you know,
Mhm.
because it's just a little chemically imbalanced. And again, if you talk to a doctor, you talk to the right people, and you do it under the right, if you do it the right way, and this is for
Right.
marijuana, people said stick to beer, beer, anything is okay in moderation, and it's fine if it like helps make you feel good, like helps make you feel a little better. If like you having a beer or two at the end of the day, and takes the edge off. More power to you. If it's taking a puff, if it's taking your anxiety medication prescribed to you by a doctor, awesome. I would say though, this is where everybody has to tread lightly. Moderation is key. Understanding what you're doing, understanding the
Yeah.
effect that it's having on you, good and bad. I think that's often how addiction can start for individuals is seeking treatment, and then you form the addiction, and that treatment can turn into something else. It might help you, but then you end up doing too much of it, and it starts affecting you adversely. So again, mindfulness, thinking consciously about what you're doing, being honest with yourself about, what's going on and, what you're doing to your body. And then talking to a professional, whether it's your doctor, a therapist, or a loved one. They can be professional sometimes too. Uh,
I mean, yeah, and sometimes if you can't get to a professional, sometimes it does just help to talk to somebody just to like get
yeah,
stuff out there. Um,
big time. I just usually made like if you are taking anything to
oh
help
yeah,
make
no, yeah, that,
yourself feel better, like I'm
mm,
honest with my doctor about like my like use of marijuana and stuff.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm completely and fully transparent now. I can
Ditto.
be here in California. Again, there should be confidentiality rights everywhere with doctors and patients. But
Mm.
again, that may not be the case with, stigmas surrounding, marijuana in the US and around the world. So again, sorry if that's your situation. And you like can't be completely transparent. Like I respect that choice, but I always try to be. If you have a good doctor you feel like you can trust, I always recommend that route because very often, sometimes we can just be doing things that we might not realize. Like when I get depressed and down, like I'll stop eating. Like I just won't have an appetite. Like I won't eat a lot of foods. But then, like, I'll have low energy and I'm not
I
getting like the
a lot.
vitamins and nutrients that I need. So then that makes me feel shittier, and it's like this terrible feedback loop, and it's like, what are you doing, dude? Like it's crazy. So changing your diet, making sure that your nutrient requirements are met. Like if you're feeling really bad, my dad has this thing, he says halt, right? It's hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. If you're feeling any of those four things, you need to stop, you need to halt, and you need to like look at the list.
Look,
Maybe think about get a meal if you're hungry, if you're angry or lonely or tired, try to remedy whatever, those are whatever necessary way. But I think a lot of times small changes in our environment, being it, just our space, our lighting, our food intake, our hydration, stretching, the way we're treating our body, small changes consistently can have a profound effect. What up, Nikki? Thanks for joining.
staying
Yeah,
away from fast food is a big one. It's
yeah.
been proven that fast food
Uh,
will put you
oh, don't say
like
that,
crap.
Rachel. I had a McDonald's cheeseburger for lunch.
Were you in a good mood when you were eating it? Because then you're
I
good.
was, and it
Get
did
that
make me
cheeseburger.
feel good.
Get
Uh,
that cheeseburger in.
Heck yeah. No, I'm with
it's
you
just not good
100%
to eat
though.
those
I
every single day, I think is where it's at.
don't eat it every single day. If you are and you're not feeling great, try changing that for a week. And don't change it to Jack in the Box. I mean,
Diet.
like, change it
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like you know, some fruits and veggies. I mean, it's so tough because food prep can be really hard for a quadriplegic. I like do the best I can. I eat out too much, but I also like have loved ones that will like come over and help me like meal prep and stuff. And I will do it to myself to a certain extent. Everybody who watches the channel regularly knows my uh, failed attempts or whatever. But um, it's finding a solution to that. Like I can go to Sprouts, which is like kind of like a Whole Foods, but it's like a healthier food store. Spend just as much money as I would at like Vaughn's or Safeway or whatever your like regular grocery store is, wherever you are, and spend the same amount of money, get the same amount of food. Whole Foods, granted, is a little bit more expensive. Try to find like a local health food
Yeah.
store or something. good stuff, even microwavable stuff now. They have microwavable, like healthier options, like veggie bean and cheese burritos that are like actually like decent for you and stuff. Give you good fiber, give you good stuff. Like there are options out there if you have a mind to look for it and like, little drive to like go after it. I feel like I'm talking too much. Um,
Uh,
but the environment changes I think are important.
yeah, no, for sure, man. Everyone's so
Man,
in and out, and in and outs.
there-
It's not that much better for you, but
there's a
no,
lot of things wrong with me, and I hate myself for it. But man, do I love me a little filet o fish and some French fries sometimes, my dude.
Yummy.
uh,
Yummy. It's been a minute since I've had fast. Oh no, I had pizza the other day. I lied.
see, that's good if you're keeping a pretty good diet and not, yeah. I usually don't eat too much, but I have been a little bit more this last little bit,
Shout out
last week or so.
HelloFresh. And I'm gonna cut this
Oh,
little clip out and shout it to them on our Instagram because we're looking for sponsors, and I've thought about this before. I think it'd be really great for quadriplegics. HelloFresh is like a meal delivery program that you sign up for. You pay a monthly rate. It's super reasonably priced. They like barely make their overhead if you like look at the nitty gritty, but they send you meals not ready to go. You have to do some prep, but a lot of the prep and the big part of the prep, which is the shopping and deciding what meals to cook, is out of the way because they just get sent to your house. You can pick out what you want online. They got veggie options. They got any kind of option you want, but a lot of them are like they're just very healthy, good, wholesome meals, meaning they're hitting all the food groups. And I've thought of this like for quads a lot. I'm not signed up for myself, but I would be very much incentivized to give it a go. So that's definitely a consideration. Thank you, Ben, for shouting them out. And HelloFresh, if you're watching this, we're looking for sponsors, and we would love to shout you out on every episode if you had the mind to sponsor us.
heck yeah. That yeah, no, that would be good. Something like that is really good for sure. Um, and yeah,
I mean, I talked about it in the last cooking episode. Like, I was dying trying to cook these tacos because I had to like run out on a
Seen
hot
that.
day to the store, and I like literally got overheated. I came back like weak, like from being out in the hot sun, shopping and stuff, and then had to come home and like cook and do all the prep and do all the cooking and do all the cleanup afterwards. If you could cut a big part of that process out by just having what you wanted delivered straight to your door for the same price you'd be paying at grocery stores, maybe even a little bit less. Why wouldn't you? That's the question I'm asking.
That's their
yeah.
spokesline, isn't it? No.
And I was gonna say, so sometimes like doing that prep and work and stuff like that, it's hard. It's a lot like hard work. But for me, especially early in my injury, like the satisfaction I got, the gratification I got from accomplishing that task was well worth it. And that was really uplifting and good too. Like so that for mental health and stuff like that, sometimes going through that struggle and going through that shit and just pushing through and getting what you need done and coming out the other end like can be very very gratifying and like make you feel better and
Andrew, I want a
Cleaning
midnight
does
snack
the
now.
same thing.
Get that midnight snack, Andrew. Heck yeah, dude. That's funny. Sorry you got to go, bro. Thank you for joining us as always, man. All the way from the UK. We appreciate you, man. And yeah, you know it, Nikki. I'm always trying to get that ad revenue for Live to Roll, baby.
heck yeah, man, we do need some sponsors, bro. We're trying to fund some travel here. I need to buy plane tickets and hotels for Houston Expo.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, you guys! If you come down to Texas, you have to come see
Oh,
me.
we're coming to the Houston Abilities Expo, so I don't know where if you're close enough to Houston, but
I
it's
don't think Houston is horrifically far.
well, you
My
guys should
only
travel
situation
for the expo.
is
Talk to your mom because it's all weekend. We'll be there all weekend, so I'm already
we
looking at
don't
the
have a
flights and stuff
vehicle
right
right
now.
now.
So,
Huh.
um,
Well, we'll talk, Rachel. It's still a ways out, and if there's a way
Yeah,
to meet up, we're definitely gonna make it happen for sure.
yeah.
And Peter's got to go to the store so he can get his flirt on. Get that flirt on, dude.
That's another good mental health, like getting out there, talking to people, flirting, like hey, that's good for you too, man.
Not to be a cynic, but it can also be a very tough place for people too. Especially if
True.
you, a lot of times individuals go the online route nowadays. Shout out to Peter for getting out there because, like, hell yeah, just put yourself out there, go get those social situations and meet some beautiful people. Um, but the online space can be very, uh, I don't know the right word. Um,
So hard
it can be
online.
hard.
Yeah.
People,
I
the anonymity of like online dating and stuff can sometimes give people the feeling that it's okay to just say whatever they want, regardless of how that might make you feel or affect your mental health. So just again, mindfulness and awareness that if you come across a douchebag or, a crazy lady, like it's okay. Like they're just crazy and lame, and that's it. You don't need to like take any that like personally further, and it can be really tough too. But also, just navigating the emotional space, like dealing with people, dealing with people. I don't know, like the dating can just be hard, so you need to
And
be aware.
shout out because
Sometimes,
Rachel, I think, is it this Friday? You and Aaron are going to be on Instagram, I think, talking live about dating and relationships. So if you guys
yeah,
aren't
yeah.
following Rachel already, follow her Instagram, tough as nails, and check her out.
and I
Instagram
really
and TikTok.
I'm not saying dating is lame. I push everybody to like put themselves out there and go for it. Um, I just want. I think some people think like that will make them feel better is if they find a partner, if they can, find someone and stuff like that might be their solution. That's not your solution to your mental health. The solution to your mental health is always comes from within. It's always within yourself. Like bringing someone into your life or is never gonna like fix your problems. When it comes to your mental health stuff, because it's all individual. It all comes from within.
Right.
So
Yeah, you
I don't
definitely
understand
want to
people
work
that
on yourself before you try bringing somebody
if
else.
if
Don't
anything,
think that's going to fix your problems.
it can add a little bit more stress
Right.
sometimes,
I
depending on the
didn't date
situation.
for I didn't date for like so embarrassing. I didn't date for the first decade at
Not
all.
embarrassing at all, Rachel.
I didn't. I was like, you know what? I'm an emotional mess right now, and no one needs to see this shit, okay? Like, like it'd be weird if I'm like laying in bed next to my partner. I'm like, okay, well, this is when I cry for about 20 minutes. So
Yep.
you're more than welcome to stay, or you can go.
uh,
And I mean, you just said it. Sometimes, like, we just gotta take care of ourselves. Like, relationships, dating, it takes work and energy. And sometimes you gotta give that energy to yourself, because that's what it takes to get
Mm.
yourself feeling good and good enough to be in a position to do that. And be a partner to someone. Casey Beats in the
yeah.
chat. What up, my man? Thank you for spreading the love and being here and supporting the fan, man. We love our Live to Roll family, dude.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are awesome, man. I
And
guess
yeah,
Jessica got busy at work, because that's what she is, a licensed therapist with a practice and everything. So like she has clients and patients and things. So that's what we tried to get. I tried to have her squeeze us into the schedule, but I know she was busy today. So that's all right.
yeah, well, she's a friend of the show, and we've had her on before, and we'll just have to, schedule another mental health
And to
episode
actually, she
because
will be on Thursday. So she'll be on with Brianna for the women's show on Thursday at 3 o'clock, and they will be talking mental health and stuff as well. So they will be doing that for this month for mental health awareness. So yeah, she was just gonna double dip this week and do both the shows if she could. So that was just kind of asking a lot, I guess. But yeah, anything else you guys want to touch on before we start wrapping up here?
um, in the no, the dating topic did remind me of some things. Getting involved in your community. Now, for me and Shawn. that's very often the disabled community. Because like our community is amazing out here. Like we love our family, like got a lot of stuff going on, and it's like a really healthy, positive, good space, and a really great outlet for us to go and cruise and chill and hang with our people. There's lots of communities out there. Um, Not everyone may not like be able to do like something like a spinal cord injury support group because there just isn't one in your area. That's not discouraging you from starting one, because if there's not and you have a mind to do it, I say go for it. But find people with similar interests, that meet up regularly. It can be, if you are looking to get into dating, that can be a really great place to start. Like whatever that may be, I mean, whatever your interests are, look for some local groups that maybe meet up on the reg, at a bar, meet up and do whatever that thing might be, and put yourself out there a little bit. I guarantee it will generally be a positive experience. I can't guarantee that, but just take my word for it. If you like put yourself out there, honestly, um, generally it's a really great time, and it can be a huge component to feeling good, is finding a socializing space where you're comfortable, where you can go and like indulge whatever it is you enjoy with others that enjoy it, and it can be really great space to meet a potential partner as well. People with shared interests out there, hanging out and stuff. uh, there's just something I really like to do is be social, put myself out there in the community and stuff, whether it's the disabled community or just like other nerdy stuff that I like. Um, but really, really push individuals to do that themselves, especially if you're trying to get in the dating game, because the best place to start is just like with other like-minded individuals, like in a safe space where you're all just hanging out. So I say definitely go for it.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I just
I
want to
think.
shout out. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just gonna say my only final thought is like, yeah, being someone who struggled with depression hardcore for 12 years, like don't give up because it does get better. Like now, I'm so glad I didn't give up because the last 3 years have been fucking amazing. To be honest, to be quite
Awesome.
frank, I love my life.
That's amazing to hear. Yeah, that's really great. And sometimes it
Same.
takes some hard years. You got to get through that. Like there
Yeah,
is light at the end of the tunnel. Like
there
it's there
is.
for sure.
I Yeah, I got very depressed like during my teenage years. Like my last half of high school. And I was probably just dealing with some atrocious teenage hormones at the time, on top of, just being like a quadriplegic teenager. But also just remembering what, Shawn just said. There is a light at the tunnel. Like it sucks right now, but it's not gonna suck forever. Especially if you
Nope.
can like dig a little deep, you know, find some perseverance to make some positive action in your life. Like I guarantee you'll gather some momentum. No matter how much momentum you feel is working against you, you will be able to work against that current, and you'll be able to, change the direction. If you got a mind to it. I hate to say it, it's not going to just happen. It
No,
takes a little bit of work. Sometimes it takes a lot of work, mental, physical, a combination of both, which is the sucky part. But I promise at the end of it, you will feel so much better for having done so. If you need some help along the way, that's okay. Don't forget to ask about it, because there are people that want to help, that are here to help, that that is like what makes them, gives them fulfillment in life, is trying to help other individuals who are struggling through some stuff and get to that light. So we can be that. Again, I'm not a professional in any sense, but if you do want someone to talk to that's not a doctor, just a bro, a friend, or whatever, always happy to chat, as an internet stranger. But I always promise to be honest and mindful and kind to the best of my abilities. And I know that goes for Shawn, and I think Rachel as well. I hope I can speak for you on that behalf.
You.
But you got that social media game going, so please don't hesitate to reach out to anybody, and even if that's questions about getting additional services, it can be hard to navigate sometimes too. But I'm always happy to set aside some time to help you navigate that if that's what it takes. Want to shout out Sharon for the
Oh,
$20
nice.
super chat. You're so awesome, Sharon. I really appreciate you always being a regular, joining the channel. Um,
Yeah, we
commenting
thank
about
you
your
for the support.
situation,
Appreciate
and
that.
yeah, all the love, appreciation goes right on back. So thank you so much. And what up, Sue Rob? I
Yeah,
see
so
you there,
Rob's asking.
Airways. Uh, do we
So
have 2XL shirts, Sean?
we do have 2XL in the shirt that Tom is wearing. They're rolling with the homies. So it's got
So
lips
it's
roll
got
on the
lips to
front.
roll right here. And let me see if I can turn around. Wait, I got headphones on that are connected, so I better
Yeah,
not
it's
say.
got rolling
And
with the homies on
it's
the
got
back.
rolling with the homies on the back. It's so
And it
cool. I'm
also
gonna tell
comes
you
in
in a
navy
moment.
blue, maroon and navy blue. But yeah,
And that's
those are in 2XL. I sold out the last 3XL. Celtic Bear actually got my last 3XL, but we have two left. Um, so yeah, those are in stock. You can order them from the website. I
rolling
think.
with the homies. I don't know if you
Oh
can
yeah,
see
there it
that,
is.
but you
Rolling
can
with the.
kind of see it.
So
It
cool.
just gives you an idea. There's some back decals going on. And take my word for it, they're dope.
There you go.
Super dope. And
There-
heck yeah, man, I do got my PC going on right here out to the side. The good side isn't even showing. You're looking at the IO on the back right now. But um, Surav is homie out here in a local in the valley.
Yeah, one of our
Great
Triumph
friend,
Foundation.
friend of the Triumph Foundation, just an awesome dude, and who's also big into gaming and computers and stuff like me. So we're always chatting about cool computers and gear and stuff. I appreciate you joining, man.
You gamer nerds over there.
I know.
I know,
Bunch of
right? I'm
nerds.
like,
Get on
That's
it,
awesome.
people. We're all going to be living in VR a
But
decade. Just
no.
that's true, dude. I don't even know what the future is going to be. That we're going to be in this metaverse, apparently, according to freaking
I'll tell you what, we're all
what's his
gonna
name?
have super dope robot bodies that like function just, as normal, like, body prosthetics, like to your really developed degree. We're gonna have, flying cars, just everyone's gonna live
Finally,
forever.
here.
Endless, endless resources, universal healthcare for everybody. It's gonna be all good, baby. Just watch.
Let's hope so, man.
Nice.
All right, well, let's just shout out Rachel real quick. Thank you for coming on again with us,
Hey
Rachel. We
bro, much
appreciate
love,
you.
man.
Make sure to follow her on Instagram. She's got TikToks and Instagram reels going like they're hilarious with her mom and doing all these funny ass things every day. She's posting really funny stuff. So her Instagram handle's in the description below, and you can follow her, check her out. And then let's just real quick, Tom, you want to do the
Yeah,
channel
absolutely.
sponsor things?
Please, if you're local to the Southern California area and you're looking for some mobility solutions, whatever they may be, everything from bathroom equipment, wheelchairs, rehabilitation equipment, Mobility Professionals is your company. They are not only big supporters of the community, they are of the community. They will go to many great efforts above and beyond what companies will usually do to help make the process be as smooth as possible, help you understand it, help work with you and your insurance company, your doctors, take out, a lot of the hard work and get you what you need. So go check them out.
And then
And
their
their sister
sister company.
company, Urology Professionals. Similarly, they're just national. They do catheter supplies, hence the name, Urology Pros. And your catheter needs, urological supplies, whatever they may be, they will be able to help you out in that capacity anywhere in the U.S. So please, shout out Urology Professionals. Go check them out if you're looking for a awesome company. It's really going to help you out. Promise to be a benefit. You're supporting a company that supports the community, and also they're just awesome. So
Yeah,
go
no,
give us love.
one of our other quad friends works for them. They are really cool. They help out the community a lot. They're always giving to the the Triumph Foundation and different other nonprofits and stuff down here. So they're just a good people, good company. And Ben says Rachel was a great guest and to bring her back ASAP. So
Yeah.
I guess we got to bring
Yeah.
Rachel back soon.
I
And
loved
Ben,
it. Thank you for having me too. By I really appreciate it.
For sure. No, we appreciate you coming with us. Like I said, thank you. And Rachel's doing all kinds of stuff on social media, so make sure to follow her. Check her out. She's doing a
If
dating
you
talk this Friday, so just want to
if
shout
you
that out
can't
again.
tell, outside of being just like an awesome, amazing person, she's got like a really funny personality. And go check out her
Yeah,
TikToks and her Instagram and her reels and stuff because I don't know they're definitely for our community and we'll give you a chuckle. If you need one throughout the day, she's always got like posting really great stuff. So please go and
Oh,
check it
yeah.
out.
And we'll be back
thanks.
next
And
Tuesday and every Tuesday with new topics and shows. So keep coming back, following us. And Brianna's back this Thursday with her Women's Disability Show, and first and third
Shawn,
Thursday of the month. So
you
that,
got Ben's info?
I do have Ben's info.
Okay. Yeah, send it to me. Ben, I'm gonna text you after the show.
All right.
We'll talk. We'll talk about what you said in the chat. I
All
don't play
right,
Call of Duty
guys.
that much, man, but we'll get on some gaming, bro. Don't worry.
All
We'll
right.
hop
Well,
on
thank
with
you guys
you,
all for
Rob.
watching. Appreciate you coming. We'll see you guys next week. And live to roll, everybody.
Live to roll, everybody.